Alright guys, welcome to episode 10 of this Tottenham Hotspur career mode on FIFA 19. Last episode could have gone better, but could have been a hell of a lot worse as well. You know, we lost to Man City in that opening game, but we did manage to get victories in the Carabao Cup round of 16, I think it were, and a league victory against Wolves in that third game. If we have a look at the calendar for this one, pretty sure, well, as you can see from graphics then, we are starting with Champions League action. We are facing PSV again, who we beat 1-0 in the first game against them. We will then face Crystal Palace in league action and end the episode with a game against Chelsea. So we're ending with the most difficult game of the episode today instead of starting with it. Hopefully that don't mean that we're going to have a really shit end to the episode. Probably will, it's me. So we ain't got much options really in terms of cam, because Dybala obviously picked up that training injury last episode. So we start with Kane up front and Ali once again in behind. Lucas and Martial are the wide men, with Christian Eriksen and Victor Wanyama as my central midfield pairing. Alderweireld returns to the lineup with Vertonghen partnering him at centre back, Rose and Trippier as usual at wing backs, other than when I have to rotate, and definitely as usual Hugo Lloris is in the sticks. I love the fact that Champions League graphics are all in this game now. So glad that they got the licensing for it. There's Gimp ball away already in midfield. I'm hoping that we're going to be a little bit more successful than Tottenham were when they played in real life midweek, because we were robbed in that game. I know most football fans are good at making excuses, but that goal should never have been disallowed for offside in that game. And I also don't think that Lloris should have been sent off either. But hey, that's real football and we're playing FIFA. So here's Lucas. Here's Kane. Bursts in the box, and that's 1-0 already. That is the start that we wanted. We already topped the group on 7 points with Barcelona behind us, and this is just going to cement our progression into the knockout stages. Were there ever any doubt? Kane gets on ball in that sort of position with that space, straight in top corner. There's Wanyama looking for Moura, finds him. Oh, Moura just bashed off at ball. And they say football's a non-contact sport these days, but you can still shoulder barge somebody like that. Oh, Moura, great interception, but it caught him off guard. We have got the home advantage in this game. Oh, nicely, again, winning the ball with interceptions, but can't keep hold of it afterwards. That was a horrendous shot from whoever that were. Don't take a bow for that one, son. Rosario, awful shot. I thought I were bad at times. There's Lucas again. Got Trippier for support. It does take up Trippier. Trippier looking to whip that towards Ali. It's Eriksen straight at the keeper. Zoet with a big save. Oh, acres of space for Bergwijn on this wing. Oh, that were lucky. How we survived that, I do not know. Oh, could Moura be in here? Moura is in behind. Oh, he's just muscled off the ball. It's the one downside of Lucas Moura. He's just not that... he's very, very quick, but he's not strong. Come on, ref. Get ready to blow that whistle. Alderweireld. Oh, Alderweireld letting his man get past him. And there we go. And that's the whistle. Half-time, 1-0 to Spurs. Moura somehow wins the header. Ali did win the follow-up, but got muscled off it. Oh, they've broke through. Oh, narrowly wide. Ali with a nice burst of speed is Kane. Martial. Back to Kane. Kane opens up. Oh, off both posts. How unlucky. Looks like Moura couldn't get under it. He couldn't keep it in as well because it was that close to the line. That should have been 2-0 Spurs. Here's Kane. Finds Martial out wide. Martial still on the ball. Kane again. This time off the upright and into the goal. Harry Kane with his second of the game. Should have been his hat-trick really, but don't matter. 2-0 Tottenham. 2 goals Harry Kane. Just look at that ball across. Kane just took that half a step back to give himself some space to shoot, and it just cannoned straight off the post. Keeper unlucky really, because he were keeping an eye on it. His angles weren't too bad, but Kane, what can you do? Best striker in the world. Oh, we won ball brilliantly then and then get it away cheaply. Oh, PSV nearly got back into this. Great block. Great block by Trippier. We needed that. Oh, again, upright saves us, and the follow-up header over the bar. We've been saved by the crossbar twice in quick succession. And we do it. We do get that clean sheet. We have beaten PSV 2-0 on the night. That should put us on 10 points in group. We have definitely qualified for knockout stages. In fact, you can see everybody celebrating now. We have had the celebrations. We have had the news once saying that we've made it through to knockout stages. But that's confirmed it. We are going into the next round of the Champions League. Game number 2 then, and we are away to Crystal Palace. Bit of rotation in this. I'm thinking about that Chelsea game, even though we have got an international break coming up after this game, so players should be fit. I am thinking about that Chelsea game coming up. Don't want to get too many injuries or any injuries at all if possible. So we have gone rotation with this one. Kane starts up front with Lamela in behind in the cam role. Martial and Son are the wide men. Frenkie de Jong partners Victor Wanyama in centre and midfield. Sanchez comes in to partner Alderweireld at centre-back. Davis and Aurier are my wing-backs. And Lloris, Lloris in sticks. I have never seen a keeper get sent off or injured in FIFA. And now I've said that, it's probably going to happen in this game, innit? This could be a little bit more difficult than the PSV game, because let's face it, Crystal Palace are a team that know how to scrap. They're also a team that's got Wilfried Zaha, a player that I actually thought about signing in career mode before I actually got the game. Ultimately changed my mind when I decided that I wanted to sign like big name players that were like a little bit bigger than Zaha's level. Not that I'm knocking Zaha, he's a fucking professional footballer. It's not like I can say that he's crap, but he's not the calibre of player that I decided ultimately that I wanted to sign on this career mode. So I ultimately decided against it. That should have been a corner kick, ref. Apparently not. Sees Son making a run. Son had to adjust because of the touch that it took. And off the post. And we do scramble it in. Harry Kane somehow scrambles it in from about 2 yards out. I want to look at replay of that one. Ball floated over to Martial, who does get his head on it. It comes back off the defender and somehow falls to Harry Kane. We get a better angle, I think. Oh, it were kicked out of the keeper's hands by a collapsing Martial. That's brilliant. Well done. Son keeps hold of the ball under pressure, floats it in, and Kane is there to knock that in for his second of the game. Harry Kane, bullet header from that beautiful Englishman. I thought Son had actually lost ball then. He manages to somehow keep order it, and Kane just right slap bang in middle at box. It's like Alan Shearer. You do not miss a header from there. Harry Kane, the new Alan Shearer, do win that ball. Oh, Lamela's pass a little bit loose. So I need to work on keeping possession, I think. Instead of... Oh, well. Wow. How do you win a header from there and score a goal? That came from nowhere. Ball crossed in. Oh, I thought it were edge area, but it's just inside. Hugo, no chance. Just beaten to it. Great header. Can't fault that header at all. Oh, well done stepping up then. Andros Townsend with a poor pass. And there we go. Referee blows the whistle. That is 2-1 Tottenham at half time. I think last time he played in... Oh, Son. Son off the bar at the post. Oh, we get ball away on edge of area. It's not ideal. Oh, great save Hugo to turn that right post. We are making some substitutions then. De Jong is going off. Christian Eriksen coming on to reclaim his place. Moura is coming on for Lamella, and we have shifted Son in behind the striker so that Moura can go out wide on right. Should be defending better than that, lads. Is Christian Eriksen. Picks it up in his own half, fires it forward. Here's Anthony Martial. Harry Kane. Martial's pass to Kane was weak. Oh, Zaha's in. Oh, Zaha scores. The one player that I said I didn't sign because I didn't think he was quite world-class enough for this career mode, and he goes and puts it in net. Moura out wide to Son. Eriksen finds Kane. Oh, Kane's dragged it wide. I had more time as well than I thought then. Defender made a mistake, left me with space. I could have took another touch. What a waste. Wanyama having to step up far too much. Oh, big save by Hugo. 89th minute. If Palace score now, we are buggered. Oh, I thought they had as well. Finds Eriksen. Oh, Eriksen. That was not meant to be for Moura. That was meant to be for Son. And we've got a player down. And there we go. Referee blows the whistle. Chucked away a 2-goal lead, lads. What's that all about? Tottenham 2, Crystal Palace 2. Third and final game of this episode then. And we are home to Chelsea. Hazard there. Hazard's an option for who I might look at trying to bring in Season 2. But for now, let's concentrate on Season 1. Kane starts with Ali just behind him. We've got Martial and Moura as my wide men. Eriksen partners Wanyama in middle at park, because I figured Wanyama would be an halfway decent, competent for Kante, who's undoubtedly going to be in centre of their midfield. Vertonghen returns to centre-back position with Alderweireld next to him. Trippier and Rose return at right back and left back respectively, and Hugo Lloris, as usual, is in net. I did think about playing Son on the right instead of Moura, but having Son on the bench feels like a slightly better impact player than having Moura on the bench. There's Kane, finds Martial. Here is Moura to Kane. Oh, great block. Fantastic block from the defender then. Where it Christensen? Alonso applauding, whoever it were. Ball in the middle. Oh, Kepa got there just before Wanyama could. I think it's going to be another game that's going to be really difficult. Chelsea have got a very good squad, as much as it pains me to admit that. Here's Martial. Leapfrog the ball. Here's Dele Alli. Ali, you've got strength, use it. Ali knocked off the ball and nearly commits a foul in an attempt to get it back, apparently. Well won, Dele Alli. Looks up, sees Martial across field. Martial does keep it in. Back to Eriksen. Across to Wanyama. Moura. Harry Kane. Here's Dele Alli. Moura making a run. And don't know why Eriksen chose to head. You're in space. Could have took a shot from there. And Martial is through. Oh, Martial tried not to be selfish. Went for a pass. Should have been selfish, lad. Oh, Eriksen run off at ball. Shame, because we were building a nice attack then. A very foggy Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. Morata again. Mora went for the wrong pass and I had to react under pressure then. I wanted Mora to try and feed that through to Martial on opposite wing. Well done, Lloris. Nearly at half time, 0-0. I ideally need to take 3 points from this, even if I end up with a scrappy goal that we don't deserve. And there we go. Referee blows the whistle. That is 0-0 at half time. Oh, we've let Chelsea get behind us. Morata just can't take the opportunity. And then we let Kante pick up the ball. Oh, I honestly thought that were in then. I think we might need to think about substitutes in a minute. Or created space. Big save by Hugo. Bicycle kick. Another big save by Hugo. Scrambled away this time. Well done, Ericsson. Martial be off. This time he's going this alone. Oh, and he's put it over. Last time he tried to pass and it didn't work. This time I wanted to go it alone. Let Martial do his thing. He has been on fire. That will be Wanyama and Mora's last action of the game. Son coming on for Mora and Dyer coming on for Victor Wanyama. Chelsea corner going to go short with this. Yep. Oh, great block. Wide. Cross it in again. Martial can't get towards it. Nearly headed into his own goal then. We've got 10 minutes left to try and grab a goal. Kepa with a punch. Trippier tries it from range. It were worth a shot. But many opportunities to work that into the box really, because there were nobody in any real space. Well done, Danny Rose. Here's Danny Rose again. For Martial, came with a bicycle kick, but miles wide. Never scored one of them. Good technique, but he barely touched the ball. Bad timing. Son, Kane, back to Son. Oh, defender gets her foot in. Thought we were going to get to run onto that for a minute. There's Son. Oh! That could have so bobbled off at line instead. Crowd getting behind us. Dyer! Big punch away, and then we've wasted that pass. I mean, we've not lost, but there we go. Referee blows the whistle. Full time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 0-0. I am more than just slightly disappointed in that. I know we haven't lost in this episode. We got a win at Champions League, which, yeah, is great, don't get me wrong, but to chuck a 2-goal lead away against Crystal Palace and ultimately draw 2-2, and then to get all them opportunities at the end of that Chelsea game, and it still finished 0-0, I'm looking at that as a disappointment rather than as a positive. But that's our FIFA goods, and that's the results that we got. Can't do up about it. For now though guys, that is the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you twat that thumbs up button. If you want to see how the season progresses and watch the other content that's coming out on the channel in the coming weeks, make sure you twat that subscribe button. Other than that, cheers for watching guys, and as usual, I'll see you next episode.